High in the Himalayan foothills, the Yangtze plunges through steep gorges, creating rapids that can take your breath away. For decades now, adventurers have been navigating through the spectacular bend in the world's third longest river. But now, a group of Chinese and international conservationists and researchers have gathered for what may be the final run. China is building a series of dams on this part of the river that will change it forever. Travis Winn is leading what's been called the Last Descent River Expedition.
Our goal, our mission right now is to figure out the fastest way to bring as much attention to these rivers as possible, to get people to rethink their value, get people to understand and individually, personally reach the conclusion that they're worth protecting.
The team will paddle a 120-mile stretch known as the Great Bend. It's far upstream of the famed and massive Three Gorges Dam. But several other dams, smaller than the Three Gorges, are being built in this area. They'll provide electricity for the Chinese people, but like the Three Gorges, it's expected they will also alter the landscape by backing the river into reservoirs. Not many Chinese descend these rapids, and Winn and his team hope this trip will bring national attention to the threatened resource.
You bring people to the river, you see them change, and their attitude about both the natural world, these rivers, and the way they live their lives at home changes.
It takes the group 7 days to journey downstream, passing a landscape on the brink of change. They may be the last outsiders to see this stretch of the Yangtze in its pristine state.
It was very narrow, very steep canyon walls, and on the left-hand side of the river going down, there was a waterfall. We spent probably a good half hour to an hour there just marveling at its beauty. I almost found myself weeping, knowing that this canyon would be flooded in probably a year or so, and all of this would be lost, not just to us, but more importantly to the Chinese, and that so few of us, very few of us, will have had a chance to experience this place.
National Geographic young explorer Trip Jennings was gratified to see the Chinese expedition members realize the beauty of whitewater.
We knew these dams were going to be built before we came. They're already under construction. But everything changes when you gain this kind of intimate understanding. We saw Chinese participants who thought enjoying rivers like this was for crazy professionals, and now they've turned around and are buying kayaks. I think that's the biggest success of this trip, is enabling people in China to experience these resources as more than just hydropower.
But the expedition is powerless to stop the inevitable. Toward the end of their journey, the fate of the Great Bend seems sealed.
You can see right up here why this is going to be a last descent. If you look at the bridge, another, I don't know, maybe 150 feet above the bridge, there's a dam that's being built over it. And all this is going to be inundated. All that really fun whitewater we just ran. All that beautiful scenery, most of those pretty little villages, they're all going to be underwater.
Winn hopes a delay in the building schedule will allow him just one more trip down the Great Bend of the Yangtze. But at some point, the flow of this powerful river will be stopped by the flow of development.
Sponsored by National Geographic Mission Programs, taking science and exploration into the new millennium.